Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Secondary 2. This is online virtual classroom 2021. And this is Mr. Muhammad Osama from Thebes International Schools, your English language teacher. So now, today, I'm gonna teach you how to answer comprehensions. So what are the objectives? By the end of this session, the student will revise the steps to answer comprehensions, practice answering comprehension questions. So now let's move to the questions. So our comprehension today, the title for it is called The History of First Aid. So at the beginning you have to move to the questions first and read the questions. Through reading the questions you know the topic, the main topic of the comprehension, and it will be easy to answer the questions. So number one, to learn the first aid skills you space. A, must learn the same skills as doctors. B, don't need any special skills. C, have to learn a few medical skills. D, have to be a soldier. 2, you need to have first aid kits. The answer will be A, when people go to important buildings. B, in many different places. C, when people go to dangerous places. D, when people leave home. Number 3, plasters are used to space. A, keep cuts clean. B, clean cuts. C, sew cuts. D, show where the cuts are. Number 4, it is possible that a person can have a heart problem at sports stadiums because A, sports are very exciting. B, many different people go to sports events. C, people who do sports often have heart problems. D, people know how to do CPR. Number 5, answer the questions. Why were soldiers the first people to learn the first aid? Number 6, what are the 2 names of the international organizations for first aid? Why do you think it has 2 names? 7, why do you think they started to teach people first aid who were not soldiers? Number 8, why do you think should be in a first aid kit? So I think that you get the main idea of the paragraph, and they are talking about the first aid and what happened in the past about this. So now let's move to the passage and read it. The history of first aid. Do you know what to do when a person cuts a finger or if something hits him or her on the head? You will need to know how to perform a first aid. The skills needed to help people with minor injuries or to help them before a doctor arrives. The first people to learn the first aid skills were probably soldiers. They had to learn how to help other soldiers who were hurt. In 1863, people in Switzerland decided to start a new international organization to help more soldiers throughout the world by teaching them first aid skills. It was called the Red Cross, also called the Red Crescent, from 1906. In 1878, people who were not soldiers also started to learn these skills. In the same year, people start to call these skills first aid, and many people started to go on first aid courses. In 1888, an American company started making special boxes with the equipment for first aid. Inside the boxes were plasters to cover cuts, a special cream for burns, and other things. They called these first aid kits. First aid kits are now common in schools, other public places, and people's homes. Today, in many public places, such as sports stadiums, there must be at least one person who can perform first aid. These people have to know how to perform CPR, for example. It is a good idea to do a first aid course so you can learn these important skills too. So now let's move to the questions. To learn the first aid skills, you, A, must learn the same skills as doctors. B, don't need any special skills. C. Have to learn a few medical skills. D. Have to be a soldier. So the answer will be excellent. C. Have to learn a few medical skills. 2. You need to have first aid kits space. A. When people go to important buildings. B. In many different places. C. When people go to dangerous places. D. When people leave home. So the answer will be excellent. B. In many different places. Number 3. Plasters are used to space. A. Keep cuts clean. B. Clean cuts. C. Sew cuts. D. Show where the cuts are. So the answer will be excellent. A. Keep cuts clean. Number 4. It is possible that a person can have a heart problem at a sports stadium because A. Sports are very exciting. B. Many different people go to sports events. C. People who do sports often have heart problems. D. People know how to do CPR. So the answer will be excellent. C. People who do sports often have heart problems. So now number 5. Why were soldiers the first people to learn first aid? Okay, so here is the answer. Soldiers were the first people to learn first aid because they had to learn how to help other soldiers who were hurt. That's the answer. Excellent. Number 6. What are the 2 names for the international organization for the first aid? Why do you think it has 2 names? Here is the answer. The 2 names for the International Organization for First Aid are the Red Cross, also the Red Crescent. I think it has 2 names because in 1878 people who were not soldiers also started to learn these skills. In the same year, people start to call these skills first aid, and many people started to go on first aid courses. So all of this will be the answer of number 6. Okay, number 7. Why do you think they started to teach people first aid who were not soldiers? Here is the answer. I think they started to teach people first aid who were not soldiers because if a person cuts a finger or if something hits him on the head, they will need to know how to perform first aid. The skills needed to help people with minor injuries or to help them before a doctor arrives. So all of this will be the answer of number 7. Number 8. Why do you think should be in the first aid kit? I think it's so easy. Here is the answer. I think a first aid kit should contain plasters to cover cuts, a special cream for burns, and other things. So all of this would be the answer of number 8. So by this way, I have finished the first paragraph, the first comprehension. Let's move to the second one. So what is the first step? You have to go to the question first. And it's talking about what makes rice popular. So now let's move to the questions to get the main idea of the comprehension. Number 1. Which of the following is not a reason that rice is very popular? A. It is not expensive to grow. B. There are many ways to eat it. C. You can buy it in any shop. D. It is healthy. 2. Which rice dish is spicy? A. Pela. B. Rose muammar. C. Risotto. D. Curry. Number 3. The word for rice and food is probably the same in China and Korea because a rice is part of all meals. We people have to eat rice. See, there are not many words in these languages. You can only buy rice in the shops. Number 4. If you preserve food, eat space. A. Tastes better. B. Lasts for a longer time than usual. C. Is cooked. D. Becomes salty. Now answer the questions. Why do you think rice is not grown in Britain? C. Why do you think different countries have different recipes for popular rice dishes? 7. Why do you think the best in Iranian cooks must cook rice well? 8. Rice has lots of vitamins and carbohydrates. Why do you think people often cook rice with fish or meat? Now I think that you get the main idea. They are talking about the rice and the recipes and all the past. What happened to rice in the past? No, now let's read it. What makes rice popular? It is thought that rice is eaten by more than half of the world's population. What makes it is so popular? The rice plant grows in every continent in the world except for Antarctica. It's not expensive to grow and it is full of important vitamins which make you healthy. It also has a lot of carbohydrates to give you energy. Another reason rice is so popular is that there is not just one type of rice. There are 40,000 different types. It is perhaps not surprising then that rice can be cooked in many different ways. In Egypt, people love rice dishes such as rose mu'ammar, which is rice with butter and chicken. In Europe, rice is the main ingredient in Spain's famous paella, which is a mixture of rice, vegetables, and meat or fish. In Italy, they love risotto, a rice dish with cheese, olive oil, and meat or vegetables. Even in Britain, where rice does not grow, the most popular where rice doesn't grow, the most popular takeaway food is hot Indian curries with rice or Chinese food with rice. People love rice in Asia. In Thailand, if you want to ask a person if they have eaten, you ask, have you had rice yet? In China and Korea, the word for food is the same as the word for rice. In Iran, the best cooks are the people who can cook the best rice. Best rice is not only delicious and healthy. In Japan, many people eat sushi, small bowls of rice which people eat with fish. Traditionally, the rice was used to help preserve the fish. It is believed that more and more people will eat rice in the future and it will probably continue to be one of the world's most popular types of food. So, question number 1. Which of the following is not a reason that rice is very popular? So the answer will be A. It is not expensive to grow. B. There are many ways to eat it. C. You can buy it in any shop. D. It is healthy. So the answer will be excellent. C. You can buy it in any shop. 2. Which rice dish is spicy? A. Paella. B. Rose mu'ammar. C. Risotto. D. Curry. Excellent. Will be curry. Number 3. The word for rice and food is probably the same in China and Korea because A. Rice is part of all meals. B. People have to eat rice. C. There are not many words in these languages. D. You can only buy rice in the shops. So the answer will be A. Excellent. A. Rice is part of all meals. Number 4. If you preserve food, it A. Tastes better. B. Lasts for a longer time than usual. C. Is cooked. D. Becomes salty. Excellent. B. Lasts for a long time than usual. Number 5. Why do you think rice is not grown in Britain? Yes. Why? Here is the answer. So I think rice is not grown in Britain because of cold weather. Excellent. Number 6. Why do you think different countries have different recipes for popular rice dishes? Why? So I think different countries have different recipes for popular rice dishes, because each country has its own reasons to eat it. So that's the answer of number 6. Number 7. Why do you think the best Iranian cooks must cook rice well? So number 7 will be here, the answer. I think the best Iranian cooks must cook rice well because they are the best people who can cook the best rice, which is not only delicious but also healthy. Now with the last question. Rice has lots of vitamins and carbohydrates. Why do you think people often cook rice with fish or meat? Yes, here the answer. I think people often cook rice with fish or meat because the rice was used to help preserve the fish. So by this I have finished revision today, and I finished teaching you how to answer the question of comprehension. That's enough for today, and thanks for you watching. That was Online Virtual Classroom 2022. This video brought to you by Tips International Schools. I'm looking forward to meeting you next session. Bye.